Hello and welcome. This is the OSU IT Library, and today I'm going to show you how to find our databases. So we're going to start at our library webpage, library.osuit.edu, highlighted right up here. I'm going to come over here and scroll down a little bit. And to your left-hand side, you should see a sidebar. And we're going to go 1, 2, 3. We're going to click on Database Resources. And when you click on that, it will take you to our database list. Scroll down a little bit. So to your right-hand side, there's a column called Popular Databases. These are the ones that are the most frequently used. However, for the most part, you're going to be sticking to this top area right here, where you see these drop-down boxes, the search bar, and these letters, which I'll explain in a second. So there's a couple of ways to find your database. One way, if you know exactly which one you want to search, is by choosing the letter. So for example, we're under the letter A. And the very first one that you see is Academic Search Premier. Very good for general research. But something you'll notice is that this list is in alphabetical order. And that's going to be the same for every letter. So for example, if I decide I want to search through JSTOR, which is good for like humanities, literature, things like that, I'm going to click on the letter J. And it's the same thing where it's in alphabetical order. And there's JSTOR right there as my second option. So I'm going to show you the second way. And I'm going to click all, so we go back to the letter A. Is you can also use this search bar right here, and it works just like any other search bar you've used. And so I'm going to look for JSTOR again, because I'm not insistent. And it's going to filter down, and there it is as my first source right there. One thing to note is you're going to see some of these labels right here. So open access means that it's completely open. It's exactly how it sounds. Everything should be free. You can go to the website. You can find whatever you want to. You don't have to pay anything. Whereas with this P right here, those ones, especially if we don't have a certain article, you would consider having to pay for it or don't pay for it and just get it through interlibrary loan. So now I'm going to clear these filters. We're going to go right back to the letter A. So if you don't entirely know what you're wanting to search for, that's okay. There's a couple of ways you can narrow it down. We're going to start with this very first drop-down box right here called All Subjects. And it's just how it sounds. It's going to help you filter down by subject. So if I press that, you're going to see a list of subjects, and you're going to see a number with parentheses. So the number in parentheses is how many databases are tagged with that subject, so that pertain to that subject. So for example, let's say I want to do a paper on like healthcare. I'm going to decide to choose Allied Health. That has some more databases than most. It has 8. So it's a little bit more to choose from. I'm going to click on that. And now you're going to see a list of those that would be considered the subject Allied Health. So you like have American Journal of Nursing, which is really good. Cinefil, also very good. Health Source, Medline, all these are excellent. And so best bets means that these are probably the ones that are going to be the most beneficial for you. However, I would highly recommend that you do scroll all the way down, because there are normally other databases down here that are not in this highlighted box. So Britannica Academic, for example, is not in this highlighted box. And it doesn't mean that it's bad. It doesn't mean that it won't help you. It just means it's probably not going to be as helpful as maybe some of these. Still useful, but maybe not one that you choose instantly. So that's one way. And again, I'm going to clear these filters out. The only other way that might be of use is you'll see this second box called All Database Types. And this is going to sort by format. So like, is it going to be an article, ebooks? Again, you'll notice that parentheses. It means it's the amount of databases that are around that. So I'm going to choose articles, for example. This is really useful if your assignment only wants one kind of source. So like if they only want you to use articles in a paper, they need you to find images, this is a good way that you can filter that down as well. And so I'm going to clear that back out, right back to where we started. And I really hope that helps. And if you want any more information, comment down below.